Exclusive contract with Feilu Novel Network novel. Apocalypse. Starting with Eagle Sauce for 0 Yuan, Hoarding for trillion Yuan. Chen Feng is reborn 1 month before the outbreak of the apocalypse, awakening the apocalyptic space system. How to stock up the fastest. Of course, it's a 0 Yuan purchase. Immediately, Chen Feng began his journey of hoarding goods. Insufficient freshwater resources. First, empty out the 5 freshwater lakes of Eagle Sauce. What? Does Quanying Sauce have tens of thousands of supermarkets and countless warehouses? Robbed, snatched. Nanny. There are tens of thousands of weapon stores in the whole Eagle Sauce country, which can arm half of the earth together. Take them over. Walter, is Eagle Sauce country and the consortium family building shelters? Alright, it's all mine now. As the reputation of Chen Feng grew louder and louder, the end of the world arrived as scheduled. When others are still struggling to survive in the apocalypse, fighting fiercely over a bowl of instant noodles. Here in Chen Feng, celebrities, young models, yachts, and luxurious seafood dishes are everywhere, enjoying a carefree and joyful life. I was originally a carefree fairy in the sky, but now I am the emperor in the end of the world. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Rebirth of Eagle Sauce, Awakening to the Doomsday Space Series. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This story takes place in a completely fictional parallel world, the Huayitan Daily Mail reports to you. Today is March 1st, 3051. The research team of Eagle Sauce country has discovered a new unknown virus. The transmission route of the new virus is currently unclear. Yesterday, a 7.9 magnitude earthquake occurred in Sakura country, triggering a strong tsunami. In Washington state, another black riot in supermarket robbery occurred. Eagle Sauce Twisted State, Orange County, night, in a small room. Who? Has it really been reborn? The zombie virus will eventually break out. Chen Feng looked at the news on TV. I let out a deep sigh. Yes, he is a reborn person. Just an hour ago, he is still struggling to survive in a world full of zombies. Attempting to survive in the ruins of the city, find fast food and expired antibiotics. But unfortunately, on the way of searching, due to accidentally alerting the zombies. At the moment of escape, accidentally stepping on empty feet, falling off a tall building. At the moment when he was about to fall into the pile of zombies. A white light, flashing through his mind, he was reborn. And now, in terms of time, it's March 1st, 3051. 1 month before the outbreak of the zombie virus. And on April 1st, April Fool's Day, zombie virus, it will explode completely. At that time, the zombie virus will spread rapidly in a very short period of time, sweeping the world. As long as it is parasitized by zombie viruses, it will become like in film and television works. His demeanor is like that of a demon, unconsciously, bite anyone you see. A monster covered in carrion and foul odor all over its body. It can be imagined that, in that world, all social orders will completely collapse in an instant, completely gone. The surviving people, it's like living in a human purgatory. Although, the government of Eagle Sauce country, as well as some veteran financial conglomerates, responded quickly and allocated resources to establish military shelters. But that kind of shelter, it's not even a place for people to stay. Survivors entering, not only do they not receive food every day, and occasionally suffer from insults and beatings from the small head of the shelter. The man must work tirelessly as a laborer. Women also have to sell their skin and flesh during the day, in exchange for this, poor living supplies. Especially for non-Eagle Sauce Chinese, yellow-skinned people, dragon people, as long as you enter here, it's even worse to live than to die. And, they also enjoy slaughtering survivors and engaging in dragon wrestling with zombies. Countless men from the Dragon Kingdom, death in the battle with zombies. Countless women from the Dragon Kingdom, also humiliated to death by those white pig and I brothers. Enough to illustrate, these white pigs, brother and I, are despicable and dirty. Thinking of these, in Chen Feng's eyes, it's filled with a chilling killing intent. And in his past life, 1 month after entering the military shelter, I managed to escape by chance. But in the end, like most survivors, disappearing in a purgatory-like apocalypse. A month's time. Something must be done. Recalling the unattractive scenes of a past life, Chen Feng accidentally clenched his fist, eyes full of determination. After all, to survive in the apocalypse, it is necessary to have sufficient food, water and weapons. So, in other words, during this month, he must be fully prepared. However, his current identity, just an ordinary aquatic delivery worker, in hand, not much savings. If we bring all the supplies, firearms, and ammunition, actually, I can't buy much. Ding! The Doomsday space system is loading. Chen Feng was thinking, a crisp sound came from my mind. System. Chen Feng immediately felt a sense of joy in his heart. As a fan of novels, I naturally know that my golden finger has been credited to the account. Ding! Loading successful. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the newbie reward. 50 million cubic meters in subspace. Enhanced genetic modification liquid, epic level, all alloy armor *1. Soon, the sound is coming again. System, what's your role? Immediately, Chen Feng silently recited in his heart. This system is an apocalyptic space system, and can be upgraded as the host fills the subspace. Every time the host upgrades, the subspace will continue to expand as the filling degree increases. Different stages will endow the host with an ability. Current filling degree. 0%, current empowerment. None, oh. Listen to the system prompt. Chen Feng basically understood the purpose of the system. But ultimately, this thing is very suitable for his current needs. As long as it's hoarding. I have collected enough things, his system, you can upgrade. The next moment, Yuan's mind twitched, a red test tube appeared in his hand. Epic level gene enhancer. Chen Feng didn't hesitate at all and swallowed it in one gulp. The entrance is cold, the taste is like plain water. But the next moment, Chen Feng only felt a warm current, flowing through his blood into all 4 limbs. Click. Click. The bones are trembling slightly. Red all over, and spewing hot air outwards. An indescribable sense of power exploded throughout Chen Feng's body. The originally sturdy body, the muscle lines are more solid. Cool. Chen Feng clenched his fist, watching the almost miraculous changes in my body. I let out a comfortable sigh. He just felt that, my current self, even if it adds up to 100 for Tyson, can't even withstand his punch. Chen Feng discovered again, on the outside of one's own skin, there seems to be a layer of brilliance circulating, continuously providing him with protection. It was the full alloy armor that he wore on his body. This set of armor, like my own flesh and skin, without any discomfort, no weight at all. The next moment, in front of Chen Feng's eyes, a holographic screen that only he could see appeared. Host. Chen Feng. Power. 1012 defense. 1010 life. 1010 agility. 1013, the reference value for ordinary people is 10. Filling degree. 0% space capability. None, Directly incarnate as a native of our country. Chen Feng looked at the system panel, the corner of the mouth slightly rises. With these abilities, if you can't survive in the apocalypse, then there's no need to live. Since that's the case, let's start preparing for the end of the world. Chen Feng stood by the window, thinking while smoking. Next, he has to think about how to quickly upgrade the system to obtain abilities, and then crazily collect a large amount of materials. After all, every time he upgrades, can endow oneself with a new skill. Thinking of this, Chen Feng looked out the window. Suddenly, my eyes lit up. You know, where he is currently staying, it's one of the 5 Great Lakes of Eagle Sauce, Lake Ontario. The next moment, at the corner of Gu Yan's mouth, a bright smile appeared. Chapter 2. The first stop of 0 Yuan purchase. Empty Eagle Sauce 5. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Approaching midnight, Chen Feng has prepared for the task. He first put on a black hoodie for himself, casual pants, sneakers subsequently, and from the drawer, take out a cold steel dagger and a Browning pistol. These are all things he usually uses for self-defense. After all, the Eagle Sauce country is too chaotic, there's no one to defend themselves against. I feel uneasy in my heart. Although he may not be able to use it temporarily. Wear a duck-tongue cap, carry your backpack, put the bedding into the subspace. Chen Feng left the room. Just pushed open the room, a sea-like smell of water rushed in. The Derby Aquatic Company where Chen Feng joined is located on the edge of Lake Ontario. And this lake, along with Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, and Lake Erie, are collectively known as the 5 Great Lakes. Most importantly, these are all fresh water. And it is high-quality fresh water, the kind that can be consumed after boiling. You know, in the apocalypse, freshwater is also one of the most important resources. Due to the outbreak of the zombie virus, many freshwater sources have been polluted. This makes freshwater appearing even more precious. Soon, Chen Feng bypassed the patrol police along the lake, arrived by the lake. Wow. Wow. The sound of waves, it's a bit intoxicating. Vaguely, you can also see seabirds flying low at night. Absorb. Without saying a word, go straight ahead. The next moment, Chen Feng reached straight into the lake, reciting silently in my heart. Hula. Moment Chen Feng's hands were like a large water pump. Like the mouth of an abyss, crazy absorption into the subspace. Wow. Wow. The entire lake surface, it's like being thrown into a bomb, get restless and restless. Giant waves were generated one after another. Pounce. Pounce. Goo, ouch. Fish in the water, just like feeling something, crazy shaking of the body, leap out of the water. In the sky, the seagulls are circling rapidly, make a loud and sharp scream in your mouth. Especially at night, it can be said that it is quite terrifying. If at this moment, there is someone by Chen Feng's side, I reckon I'll be scared out of control. Because, the lake water is truly, at a speed visible to the naked eye, quickly reduce. Fake. Is this but really touching? Yeah, I really want to give her a hard blow. Oh roar. I can't help but watch it. Hee, if it weren't for being on duty today. I would have already scheduled one today. Meanwhile, several white pig water police officers, leisurely on the water police ship, brushing Te Kutao Ku. Looking at the video, all kinds of women scratching their heads and posing, these people's mouths, saying vulgar language from time to time, eyes full of green light. Boom boom. Just as a few people were mesmerized by it. Suddenly, the entire water police ship began to roll wildly. A huge shake, many people couldn't stand firm and fell heavily on the deck. Ward Falk. What's going on here? Is this an earthquake? Hold on to the handrail. Never fall off. Ah. Sudden changes, immediately caught everyone off guard. White pig water police, immediately grabbing onto the handrail on the deck. My eyes were full of confusion. Meanwhile, the entire Lake Ontario, any on-duty water police officer was startled. What's going on? Water. Look at the water level quickly. Ward Falk. Is the water level falling? This. Soon, this phenomenon, it caught the attention of some water police. Because, the water on the entire lake is really descending at a visible speed to the naked eye. Wow! The fish leaped high out of the sea, it's like running away. In the sky, seabirds scream, fly, and hover in the air. Especially at night, each one is like a black crow, it makes my scalp tingle. This terrifying scene. How to look at it, how to make people feel extremely shocked in their hearts. Hurry up. Report to your superiors. My Falk. What's the situation? Why is the water level dropping wildly? My God. Is the water level falling at a rate of 30 centimeters per second? What? This moment the white pig water police are not calm anymore. This is definitely because since they became water police officers, the most terrifying thing. In this situation, they haven't seen anyone before, have they? It's like someone is pumping water like that. Soon, this news, it was transmitted to Director William of the Ontario Water Police Department. At this moment, he, sleeping soundly with my lover in my arms. My fake. Damn it. Fake squid. What's going on? After being awakened by the urgent bell, William cursed and picked it up. However, as subordinates report, his mouth grew straight out of him. Walter. The water level is decreasing at a rate of 30 centimeters per second. What's going on here? At this moment, my mind is completely confused. Monley is even more filled with disbelief. He has been the director for over 20 years, how have you ever heard such an outrageous thing? Hurry up. Contact those experts. Be sure to make good video recordings. At this moment, Chen Feng, I don't know, his behavior, the water police station in Eagle Sauce Country has been completely disorganized. But even if one knows, Chen Feng is still so happy. If, at this point, from the cloud map, you can find that, the location of Chen Feng, a huge vortex has formed. Like a tornado, rolling rapidly. Countless freshwater, gathering in the direction of the vortex. Plus, the 5 Great Lakes are all connected. The water from the other 4 lakes, they are all moving rapidly in the direction of Lake Ontario. Not only that, but also, even these aquatic products in the water, he also included it in the subspace. Catfish, grass carp, crucian carp, silver carp, largemouth bass, tilapia crabs, scallops, prawns, woo. Moment the entire highway, an extremely piercing siren sounded, from far to near, howling away. Hoo. In the sky, the helicopter turns on the lighting, starts circling. They were surprised to find that, water is converging toward some place. And within these few short minutes, the water level of the 5 Great Lakes, it actually dropped by 4/5 directly. In some places, even some have dried up, a riverbed has appeared. Some fish organisms that have been drained of water, lying in the mud at the bottom of the water. Almost done. Watching the lake almost empty by myself, Chen Feng immediately withdrew his palm, turn around and leave, disappeared in the darkness. And, Chen Feng discovered that, using subspaces, it will consume a lot of energy. Even though his physique has been greatly strengthened by the system, having emptied the 5 Great Lakes, it also caused some dizziness in his brain and greatly reduced his physical strength. Find a place to sleep first. Chapter 3. The disappearance of the 5 major freshwater lakes overnight. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Half an hour later, Chen Feng arrived at an abandoned construction site. At this point, whether it's his eyes, doubt is about the legs, it's like being filled with lead, extremely heavy. Every organ in the body, everyone is sending out serious protests to him. Immediately, he quickly moved the bedding out of the space, I found a corner, sleep directly with clothes. Although, the system in his mind suggests that he has acquired a skill, at this moment, he had no time to check, go to sleep in 0.1 seconds. For several hours, flash by. However, while Chen Feng was still sleeping soundly, on the entire forum of Eagle Sauce Country, the pot has completely exploded. At this moment, whether it's mainstream media such as the Wharton Daily Mail, or it could be TikTok, Facebook, or the oil pipe, all filled with a heavyweight message. Even media from around the world, also competing to report. Hashtag the 5 Great Lakes of Eagle Sauce Country completely evaporated overnight. Hashtag the disappearance of the 5 Great Lakes is a heavy blow to the world's freshwater resources. Hashtag compared to the past, the 5 Great Lakes have completely depleted their water resources. Hashtag experts analyze in detail the reasons for the disappearance of the 5 Great Lakes. Hashtag the names of the 5 Great Lakes, but it's renowned throughout the world as the world's most important gathering place for freshwater resources. In the history of freshwater in the world, it can be said that it has a rich and colorful stroke. Meanwhile, it is also an important habitat for countless freshwater organisms. For the nearby ecological environment, has a significant impact. Especially the seafood behind this, livestock breeding, the shipping and other industrial chains, it can be said that it has brought considerable value to the entire Eagle Sauce Country and Maple Leaf Country. Suddenly, evaporation overnight, how could this not explode? Under various reports, it's all kinds of videos. I see, whether it's aerial photography on a helicopter, or it could be on satellite cloud maps. Or is it artificial filming, the originally vibrant lake, at this moment, it has become a small pond. Many places have dried up, expose one deep pit after another, big and small. Countless fish and shrimp without water, they have already lost their lives, a few tenacious fish and shrimp, still wriggling his body non-stop. This scene, it can be said to be extremely tragic. The entire location of the 5 Great Lakes, the warning line has been raised, and there are many police officers patrolling. Some people who eat melons, they are all surrounded by the warning line, looking at the already dry riverbed. Below these videos, the playback volume is directly in the billions, comments, forwarding is even more in the millions. Ward Falk. How could he disappear overnight? It's really sensational, isn't it? It's not like aliens did it, is it? Perhaps only aliens have this ability, right? Has everything dried up? Is there another disaster happening? Oh my goodness, I went there yesterday. Everything is normal, isn't it? What's the reason behind it? The experts didn't say why it happened. Could it be that they were artificially drained? Ward Falk. Are you a stupid pig? Who can drain the 5 Great Lakes overnight? It's over. My investment. My hard work, it's completely ruined now. The police have all gone to see the 5 Great Lakes. So many people are buying for 0 yuan, aren't they going to take care of it? Yes, several of our houses were robbed today. Various online comments, apart from shock, it can only be unbelievable. After all, this matter, it's really beyond the scope of human understanding. As for human factors, once such a comment is made, basically, it will be treated as a mental illness. Who has such great abilities? Can one person drain the 5 Great Lakes? Even if the people of Eagle Sauce are free-spirited, neuronal strips, but even if this kind of thing kills them, they cannot believe it is human-made. Comfortable. At 10 o'clock in the morning, the initiator of the 5 Lakes assassin, Chen Feng, I just stretched out comfortably. After a simple wash, he just opened his phone, countless messages have been pushed to him. As expected, all of them are related to the disappearance of the 5 Great Lakes. After a casual glance, Chen Feng opened the system panel. Host. Chen Feng. Power. 1012 defense. 1010 life. 1010 agility. 1013, the reference value for ordinary people is 10. Current subspace. 500 million cubic meters. Filling degree. 15.5% space capability. Space transfer, space reshaping has subspace grown tenfold. 2 skills. After seeing the panel, Chen Feng immediately raised an eyebrow. Soon, he started checking each newly acquired skill one by one. 1. Space transfer. With oneself as the origin and a radius of 100 meters around, you can transfer freely. CD time. 5 minutes. 2. Space reshaping. With oneself as the origin and a radius of 200 meters around, the time flow velocity in the space can be adjusted, and it can increase or decrease speed by 100 times. Duration. 5 minutes, CD time. 1 hour. I lost it. Chen Feng looked at these two skills, his eyebrows couldn't help but jump twice. Space transfer, as the name suggests, it's similar to the explorer Little Yellow Hare on a certain Goose League. Can achieve teleportation within a certain range. It can definitely be said that it is a divine skill of escaping and advancing. And spatial reshaping, even more perverted, surprisingly, it can affect the flow rate of time within a certain range. In that case, the space for operability is too large. The visual perception of the color will I. After a brief review, Chen Feng left the construction site. By the way, make a detailed plan. You know, in this place of twisted you state, it can be called a land of wealth. As the economic center of Eagle Sauce country, and populous provinces. This place, there is never a shortage of supplies. In the apocalyptic era, the entire state of Tortoise, they all have 5 shelters. And the place with the most resources, naturally, it's a twisted city. You know, it's just a twist to the city center. There are thousands of large supermarkets. Hundreds of storage warehouses. Additionally, there are also thousands of weapon stores. If we only grab the entire supply of New York, at least in the apocalypse, there won't be much pressure anymore. Bang 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 dot. Ah. Help me. Run. Run. Fuck. Kill these damn police officers. DD dot. Just thinking about it, in the distance, suddenly, there were a few gunshots coming. Plus the sound of the car honking, and a group of people. What an unusual riot. Chen Feng frowned, looked towards the source of the sound. I see, a medium-sized supermarket in the distance. Several white pig police officers are facing hundreds of people. Brother Ni is shooting wildly. And those Ni brothers, pushing the goods out with one hand, those with guns are still counterattacking the police. It can be said that, it's completely chaotic. After all, during this period, the whole Eagle Sauce is spread all over the place. Many people are making 0 yuan purchases. Good opportunity. Chen Feng whispered in his heart, immediately pulled down the brim of the hat, rushed into the supermarket at a speed of 100 meters. A vivid image. When I was at school, I went to the cafeteria to grab food. P.S. The opening data of the new book is very important. The author is seeking free flowers and review tickets. If the data is good, the author will add 10 chapters today. Chapter 4. The speed of your 0 yuan purchase, eating shit. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Waiting for Chen Feng to rush into the supermarket, surprisingly discovered, the entire supermarket is completely in chaos. The goods can be said to be scattered all over the ground. Some food, snacks are still being crushed on the ground. All of them are dark shoe prints. Countless Ni brothers, pushing the shopping cart, crawling the goods on the shelves. Looking at their hand speed, almost everyone can almost come out of illusion. Take a handful down, can grab countless goods. Whether it's food, still a beverage, whether it's toilet paper, urinary diapers or anties, these Ni brothers are piling up wildly towards the small car. I don't know, I thought these people were studying architecture. The car is almost full, still crazily hugging upwards. Even Ni goo, eating on the side of the mouth, on one side, it can also accurately hold the goods. Even worse, always holding 6 rolls of toilet paper in hand. 2 hands are 12 fingers. You can still run very fast like this. Leaving aside arm strength, this finger can hold on, it can also be considered amazing. These Ni brothers, it can be said that it was born for robbery. Perhaps, for them, this is an innate skill. But after all, buying for 0 yuan, in Eagle Sauce country, there is a long history. Once twist about a supermarket in Nordstrom district, he was armed and robbed by Ni Gu, who had over 80 people. In just 60 seconds, these Ni brothers looted all the goods on the shelves, create a Guinness World Record for filling 25 cars with stolen goods. It is sufficient to prove that, Brother Ni's talent in 0 yuan purchase, they are all innate. Chen Feng was stunned by his kung fu. I don't know how many things were stolen. Grab, grab, grab. Chen Feng moved, I went straight to the nearest cooked food area. Roast chicken, hamburger, fried chicken, black pepper sausage. As long as it is touched by Chen Feng, everything has been sucked into the subspace. And, as long as it is something placed in the subspace, it's the same if you take it out again. There is no need to worry about whether it will spoil. Meanwhile, the entire cooked food area, besides him, and there's also Brother Ni, he is also frantically embracing his own cloth bag. Without 30 seconds, the entire cooked food area, basically, he swept away everything. Chen Feng just took away the last hamburger. Nige's hand also reached out, but I did catch a chance. Ward Falk. What about hamburgers? Shit. Ni Gu suddenly became numb. He but keep a clear eye on that hamburger. What's wrong with the man in front of me? In the blink of an eye, I took the hamburger away. Surprisingly, his hand speed is even faster than him. However, his eye-lifting effort, but it was discovered that, the entire cooked food area. Surprisingly empty. Completely empty. But, is it clear that only the two of them are in the cooked food area? Ward Falk. Did you steal all my food? Ni Gu is completely foolish, looking at Chen Feng with a shocked expression. Damn it. The next moment, feeling embarrassed and angry, he pulled out the machete in his hand, prepared to chop towards Chen Feng. Seeking death. Seeing the situation, Chen Feng's eyes turned cold. After all, goods like Ni Gu, in the apocalypse, it's not a good thing. A chopping knife that pinches and chops over. Ding. Suddenly, the sound of steel colliding has sounded. No matter how hard Ni Gu tries, the knife can't even be pulled. Walter. This. Seeing this scene. Ni Gu was momentarily foolish. His machete, today was specially polished. With a single blow, I shaved my hand. That's like chopping melons and vegetables. Why did someone come today to pick up the blade empty-handed? Squeak. Squeak. I saw Chen Feng exerting a slight force. The entire knife, like a piece of paper, he directly squeezed it into a ball. The blade instantly wrinkled. Just like a crumpled little iron sheet. My law. You. The black ghost saw this scene, completely foolish. A completely ghostly expression. My eyeballs are almost popping out. Good guy. It's not enough to take a white blade with bare hands. Surprisingly, he still pinched it like plastic. Bang. The words haven't finished yet. Chen Feng kicked directly over. Puzzy. Suddenly, Ni Gu spat out a mouthful of blood. The whole person flew backwards, draw a beautiful blood-colored arc in the air. Bang. The next moment, fell hard to the ground. With a gloomy expression, keep bleeding out of your mouth, pouring out your breath crazily. The chest part, it has already collapsed in blood. They all seeped out along his shirt. Needless to say, just now, with Chen Feng's kick, he has already kicked all his internal organs to pieces. I see that I can't live anymore. Sure enough, his leg twitched twice, with a crooked neck, completely lose my breath. It can be said that it is dead and cannot die again. And Chen Feng, I didn't even glance at him, run over. Ni Gu, who was about to die, was taken into his personal warehouse, continue sweeping towards another place. As for guilt. Kill a monkey. Can you feel guilty? Obviously not. Yila. Chen Feng pulled open a hamburger and ate it in his mouth. I ran to the cold and fresh section of the supermarket. After all, from last night until now, he hasn't eaten yet. If it weren't for the exciting 0 yuan purchase activity currently underway, I'm already too tired to run. I have to say, the newly made American burger is delicious. One bite is about to go down, the meat juice bursts open directly in the mouth, soft and fragrant. Now, people from the fresh and cold area, it's also exceptionally rare. After all, this thing is for cooking. Obviously, for niggers, cooking is equivalent to wasting time. Instead of that, it's better to eat fast food directly. Charge. Charge. All charges. Chen Feng was frantically sweeping the goods. Beef tenderloin. Lamb, pork, chicken breast, chicken wings as long as it is touched by Chen Feng's hand, unified income system space. After all, don't be fooled by being in the country of eagle sauce now, meat is not worth much money, vegetables are not as expensive yet. But in the apocalypse, I want to have a bite of fresh beef and mutton. For survivors, it's as difficult as heaven. After all, zombie virus, it's not just about infecting humans. Even animals, as long as it is everything that has life, everything will be infected. Therefore, the vast majority of meat in the apocalypse, it's all those frozen, zombie meat, in the warehouse, my law. What kind of ghost? Where's the meat? Fake. Is the meat gone? At this point, several NI brothers who are sweeping goods in the cold and fresh area, seeing Chen Feng rushing in, it's like seeing a ghost. In their perspective, as long as something touched by Chen Feng's hand, it will immediately disappear without a trace. It's like doing a magic trick. At least, they still have to pick up the food, put it in your pocket. The man in front of me, where did that thing go? Chen Feng glanced at the stunned NI brothers and said calmly. Is it just your hand speed? Still learning from others to buy for 0 yuan. Even eating shit can't keep up with the heat. Speaking, Guyan's figure has disappeared into the cold fresh area. Chapter 5. The pleasure of buying for 0 yuan, directly exciting to fly. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The speed of Chen Feng sweeping goods, it can be said to be incredibly fast. Cola, Sprite, instant noodles, canned luncheon meat, potato chips, everything that can be seen is included in the bag. My law. Is that person a monster? Does he know magic? Why is he missing something when he touches it? Damn it. Where did this guy come from? My God. Isn't he tired? How could he keep running? Gradually, many NI brothers, we have all discovered Chen Feng, who has a nearly abnormal speed in sweeping goods. Opening their mouths one by one, staring blankly at the terrifying scene in front of me. Soon, these NI brothers consciously stay away from Chen Feng's position. There's no way, unable to grab it, I can't even snatch it. They can hold on to at most 3 things within a certain area, and then all the things have been snatched away by Chen Feng. Get lost. Bang. Chen Feng kicked NI Gu who was blocking the way in front of him. Continue to sweep the goods crazily. In just this short while, he has already emptied 15 large shelves. Next is the vegetable area. Unfortunately, in Eagle Sauce country, vegetables are high-end goods, most of the dishes are either looted or trampled on the ground. Bang bang. Suddenly, a few hurried gunshots reminded me. Put it down. Put everything down. You damn NI brothers. Shoot. Bang bang bang. Suddenly, a series of rapid gunshots rang out, next came a group of angry police officers cursing. Listen to the frequency of the gunshots, absolutely empty the magazine. There's no way, in Eagle Sauce country, anyone with no criminal record, everyone can hold a gun. So everyone wants to get a gun, it's all very easy. This puts the police in a very dangerous situation. It really belongs to high-risk occupations. They are very afraid the deceased can resist, so it's necessary to empty the magazine. Did the police come in? Chen Feng raised his eyebrows and immediately turned the direction. Hey! Stop! I'll make you stop. Just turned around, he just ran into a fat white pig police officer. Immediately, the white pig police officer held a gun, aimed towards the rapidly moving dust maple. Bang bang! Seeing the dust maple non-stop, he pulled the trigger directly at Chen Feng. Unfortunately, this guy's marksmanship is too watery. Shoot 3 times in a row, not a single shot. Brush. The next moment, dust maple instantly accelerates, a sliding shovel, sweep the white pig police down. Puff. Bang. A hand knife, directly knocked the white pig police unconscious. In one go. Miscellaneous. Chen Feng just raised his fist. I want to smash the head of the white pig in front of me to pieces. But he still put down his fist. There's no way. There are still 30 days left until the end of the world erupts. The zombie virus has just begun to spread. Now kill the police, not a wise move. At that time, if he is wanted, so many police officers went to surround him, it will seriously slow down your cleaning speed. Immediately, Chen Feng ran straight towards the exit of the store. But obviously, there are already 5 or 6 police officers piled up at the exit now. Now rush out directly, I'm afraid it will catch your attention. Space moves. Chen Feng silently recited in his heart. The next moment, Chen Feng went straight to the back street of the supermarket. Woo me. Woo me. On the street, the police siren is blazing, exceptionally piercing. After finding a direction, Chen Feng starts running wildly. After running for several blocks, it slowly stopped. Mad. We have to get a car. Chen Feng breathed a sigh of relief and thought to himself. Although running is not tiring, but after having a car, it's easier for him to move better. Now, he decided to take a break first. At the party, go to the nearest supermarkets and step on them. Mainly to observe the location of the monitoring or to monitor blind spots. At that time, can better make 0 yuan purchases. Time slowly passes by. Soon, it's almost midnight. Outside a large supermarket, Chen Feng poked his head out of the flower bed. After looking around for 4 weeks, I finally jumped out of it. I see, outside the supermarket ahead, there are many security guards patrolling with flashlights. After all, the recent 0 yuan shopping activities have been too frequent. These capitalists, afraid of being robbed of one's own store, therefore, we have to increase investment in security. However, for Chen Feng, still like entering an uninhabited realm. Space movement. Chen Feng silently recited in his heart. The next moment, his figure, directly appeared in the bathroom on the first floor of the mall. In my hand, it is a homemade small slingshot. This thing, he spent half an hour in the afternoon making it. Specially used to deal with supermarket surveillance. After all, in the apocalypse, he has developed a lot of practical skills. And, in the afternoon, he has already stepped on several supermarkets. For the location of monitoring, it can be said that the door is clear. Pada. Extremely accurate. After successfully knocking down several surveillance cameras on the first floor, once again, Chen Feng, he started his sweeping operation. Obviously, this time, the things in the vegetable area are still intact, each one is packed in fresh keeping bags. It should be just finished goods. Some inside, there are still water droplets hanging. Is it fresh or not? But it's really expensive, just 1 pound of tomatoes costs $4. After all, in the country of eagle sauce, no state can grow vegetables without authorization. Therefore, there used to be many dragon people. When using the skills of our ancestors, we were punished and fined money. Of course, for Chen Feng, now in his mind, only echoes the PDD teachers, thank you, thank you. Tomatoes, green peppers, Chinese cabbage, eggplant, celery, soil head, carrots great. All swept away. You know, these fresh vegetables, it's a very rare and good thing in the apocalypse. In the apocalypse, only those large and medium-sized shelters, only then can planting proceed. Like the kind in ruins, survivors on the wilderness cannot even be seen. Next, it's the liquor area. Usually in the country of eagle sauce, cheap drinks, it's not the same price as drinks. They are all placed randomly. And more expensive drinks, usually placed in small shop windows. The main focus is on a high-end product. Whiskey, red wine, baijiu, all taken in the post-apocalyptic era when resources were scarce. Alcohol is also considered one of the scarce resources. Most importantly, this thing can be used for disinfection. Immediately following the fast food area, sausages, bread, hot dogs, cookies, ham sausages. The neater the codes on the shelves, the more excited Chen Feng becomes. As long as you hold your hand, countless goods were absorbed into his warehouse. Snack food area, various potato chips, lollipops, melon seeds, peanuts, pistachios. After all, these snacks, as long as it's eaten into the mouth, it will make people feel happy both physically and mentally. It is a rare remedy in the apocalypse. Fresh and cold area, seafood area, bolong, abalone, emperor, crab, hairpin, eel, salmon. Last time we evacuated the 5 major freshwater lakes. They are all some aquatic products. It really needs to be cooked. Freshwater and aquatic products all have a earthy smell. It's not the same taste as these fresh fish. And, in the apocalypse, due to the pollution of water sources, so many creatures in the sea, all have also undergone mutations. It is not easy to eat seafood that is not contaminated. Seasoning area, black pepper, cumin powder, barbecue sauce, chili powder, dark soy sauce, light soy sauce, fuel consumption. Chapter 6. Sweeping 3 supermarkets in one night, eagle sauce. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Daily necessities area. Towels, soap, toothbrush, basin, dishwashing detergent, facial cleanser, masturbation device. Ward Falk. Chen Feng suddenly had a black line on his head. Eagle Sauce Country Supermarket is really comprehensive. Can this thing be sold openly? However, this is not important. All of them are mine. The pleasure of shopping is so satisfying that it flies. Soon, the cleaning on the first floor has been completed. Chen Feng has arrived on the second floor. The second floor is basically just some bedding, clothing, furniture, household appliances, or maybe it's a sofa. Needless to say, take away all the sheets, bedding, cushions, pillows, wooden beds, high-end beds, tables, chairs, and benches. Clothes, regardless of gender, model, and size, are all available for collection. With so many clothes, even if you wear one piece and throw another, he is enough to wear it all over his life. Next, just take away the fan, air conditioning, washing machine, everything you can. After all, as long as it enters mid-March, the global temperature, it will greatly increase. At its peak, the temperature can reach 60 degrees Celsius. It can be considered a precursor to the end of the world. No air conditioning, it's really difficult to get by. Of course, these household appliances are now available. We also need the support of electricity. So, Chen Feng plans to take some time, fuck him with tens of thousands of generators. Then we'll get some more coal, oil, and other fuel resources. With these things, it's easy to get by in the apocalypse. Time flies by rapidly. For over an hour, throughout the supermarket, there are only bare shelves left. Not at all, even capitalists come to tears. Move. The next moment, Chen Feng returned to the flower bed he had just stood in. Heading towards the next supermarket. Without any hesitation. This afternoon, he just visited 3 supermarkets, and we have planned a 0 yuan purchase route. Time is tight and tasks are heavy. Today's task, it's about looting all 3 supermarkets 4:30 a.m. Chen Feng casually found an empty house, get ready to take a break. After all, in Eagle Sauce country, there are quite a few unmanned houses like this. Why? Although the houses in Eagle Sauce country are cheap, and there are very few mortgage payments. However, since the year you bought the house, we need to pay a property tax of 1.3% annually. This is not a small amount. Especially in capitalist countries like this, no one can guarantee stable annual income. Unable to pay taxes and lock down the house, it can be said that it is everywhere. Even if you want to sell a house, one is that it is not easy to sell, the second is that even if it is sold, you also have to pay a large amount of taxes, more than the money you pay for selling a house. So, evil capital. After entering the room, Chen Feng first tidied up. By the way, please tally up the materials harvested today. 20 million tons of supplies. Cool. After calculating, Chen Feng fell asleep directly. Until the sky shines brightly, he was awakened by the piercing sound of police sirens outside the room. It can be said that it's one car after another. Chen Feng decided not to sleep anymore. After getting up and washing my face briefly, from the system space, I took out the roasted chicken and started nibbling on it. At this point, roast chicken is like it's just out of the oven, still steaming hot. Just take a breath, it can hook out people's cravings. Chen Feng didn't care about any etiquette, just tear off one leg. Take a bite, a mouthful of oil explodes directly in the mouth. Fragrance. It's really fragrant. The soul of fragrance is about to be sublimated. Afterwards, take out the cola again, unscrew the lid. Dun 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 dot. Looking up, I dried half a bottle first. Ah dot. Comfortable. Spicy and stimulating sweetness, burst open directly in the mouth, plus the chewy roasted chicken. Great. It is definitely a heat bomb. This is the pleasure that heat brings to people. After eating and drinking enough, Chen Feng collected the food residue. Subsequently, he walked to the window and looked out. I see, the streets outside are very messy, the Eagle Sauce white pigs in groups of 3 or 2 gathered together, it seems to be discussing something drop by drop. Just watching, the phone is sending another prompt. Chen Feng opened it and took a look, suddenly laughed. It's a message pushed by a mobile phone. The entire forum in New York, it's already thoroughly fried. Hashtag supermarket thief. 3 large supermarkets were vacated overnight. Hashtag what is the current situation of empty supermarkets? Is there only a shelf left? Hashtag police investigating leads, conducting visits to nearby areas, live streaming hashtag I see, in the video, from mattresses and sofas, to pots and pans, and small to needle threads. There's nothing left, there are only bare shelves left. The entire supermarket, empty to the point where an echo can appear with just a few words. Now, not only are the bosses of the 3 supermarkets numb, let alone who left them empty. Just losses, it could be tens of millions or even billions of dollars. Their hearts, it's like they're all dripping blood. Even those police officers, also completely confused. One by one, it's just a dog-like expression. Good guy, yesterday, the 5 major freshwater lakes disappeared out of thin air overnight. What is the specific situation? I haven't investigated thoroughly yet. Today, 3 special supermarkets were vacated. This is too outrageous, isn't it? Of course, the police also discovered that the surveillance cameras are all broken, obviously it's human-made. But even if it's human-made, is this a gang of dozens or hundreds of people committing the crime? There are not over 100 people, want to empty 3 supermarkets overnight. Undoubtedly, it's a fantasy, isn't it? But, a gang of so many people committing crimes, are all the security guards patrolling blind? Not a single one can be seen. Even if it's a gang crime, how can we transport so many goods out in a short period of time? Or do you mean it? Are these security guards guarding themselves? There are too many doubts, the CPU is almost dry burning for them. Online, various comments, even more so. How do I feel that these two things are a bit strange? Yeah, they all disappeared out of thin air overnight. Are there really aliens? Self-theft, it must be those security guards who are self-stealing. Could someone have used superpowers? I have always believed that there are people with superpowers in this world. These foolish police officers, who only know how to put out fires, shouldn't they increase their night patrols and take preventive measures? These police officers are nothing but useless. Useless things. Among many comments, crazy insults at the police. After all, in Eagle Sauce country, between taxpayers and the Eagle Sauce National Police, usually, there are an irreconcilable contradiction. They believe that, only waste, people without strength, only then will I work as a police officer. Chen Feng glanced at it twice, so I put away my phone and stopped following. Time is tight now, the task is heavy, he must search for as many supplies as possible. Continue to plant some plants. Chen Feng changed into the new clothes she bought for 0 yuan in the supermarket yesterday, wear a duckbill cap, leaving the house. Chapter 7. Dust maple discovered. 5 major freshwater lakes for consumption. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After leaving the house, Chen Feng turned a car without hesitation. You know, in the apocalypse, lighting fires and prying locks with bare hands are compulsory courses. There's not much difficulty. After some thought, Chen Feng went to the Walton community near the city of Tortoise. As the saying goes, take a shot and move to a different place. After all, wool cannot be harvested in just one place. I cleared 3 large supermarkets overnight. The local police, we will definitely send more patrol personnel. During this period, it's better not to conflict with those white pig police officers as much as possible. However, Chen Feng believes that, it won't take much time, those guys from the police will notice themselves. Even now, I must have some eyebrows already. Actually, don't be fooled by Eagle Sauce Country's daily claims of being much, much, much better. The air is fragrant and sweet. Chen Feng drove all the way, everywhere you can see dirty and messy streets and homeless people. Even worse, once boasted about these homeless people, I receive free food vouchers every day, living in a free guest house, you can still receive $3,000 in relief money per month. Chen Feng believes that, if that's the case, these homeless people, perhaps they are all invisible billionaires who have come out to experience human suffering, right? Soon, Dust Feng came to the outside of Walmart supermarket. After strolling around, he found this supermarket to be surprisingly large. Just occupying land, it's twice as big as the largest one yesterday. Are they both on the ground level? I see, outside the mall, there are several police cars parked. A few white pig police officers were leisurely smoking. It seems that these white pigs intentionally strengthening patrols. Chen Feng whispered a few words softly. After a moment, he got off the car, lowered the brim of his hat, and bypassed the police, entered the supermarket for inspection. Meanwhile, Orange County Police Station. 7 or 8 white pig police officers, staring at the computer with big black circles and a haggard expression. Played on the computer, these are surveillance footage from several stolen supermarkets. After all, this job is time-consuming and uninteresting. It's even difficult to doze off without much thought. How is it? Are there any new discoveries? Just as the white pigs were about to doze off, the door was pushed open. I saw one dressed in police uniform, full-bodied, blonde hair and blue eyes, a handsome woman walked in. Deputy Sheriff Millie. At the moment, nothing has been discovered. These surveillance cameras have basically been broken, except for the sound of footsteps, nothing else has been obtained. And the thieves' methods of committing the crime are very cunning, with foot covers on their shoes. It seems to have anti-reconnaissance measures. The white pig police were shocked in their hearts, hurriedly spoke up. If this beautiful boss catches me dozing off, they are in dire straits. After all, their superior, although it has a skin bag that is difficult for ordinary people to reach, but during work, be swift and resolute. A notorious bad temper. Didn't you find anything strange? Upon hearing this, Millie grabbed her hand and frowned. To be honest, overnight, the matter of 3 supermarkets being emptied, it also makes her very puzzled. And, the boss repeatedly urged, let her solve the case as soon as possible, she can be described as having a headache for this. Therefore, she flipped through the day before yesterday, those who went to the supermarket to make 0 yuan purchases, Brother Ni's confession. From their records, I have also found some clues. That's it, many Ni brothers, I see a yellow-skinned Asian with a magical ability. As long as the hand touches something, the item will disappear. However, at that time, when the police interrogated, they didn't take it seriously, thinking these guys, just to get away with vague confessions, or maybe it's just excessive drug use and mental disorder. Thinking of this, Millie raised her hand and ordered. Before. The surveillance footage of those robbed supermarkets has been brought up. Hurry up. Upon hearing this, the police dare not delay either, call it up immediately. But at the moment of being called up, let them have big heads. You know, there are too many supermarkets that have been purchased for 0 yuan recently. More than 10 supermarkets. Thousands of surveillance footage. If we look at it frame by frame, just thinking makes my scalp tingle. But there's no way, they still click on the video, pretending to take it seriously. Time flies rapidly, 2 hours later. Move forward. Right. Move forward. Walter. Just as a few people were exhausted. Millie behind them, suddenly, a very excited voice came out, the tone is very high, they were startled. Immediately, everyone looked towards one of the segments. Ward Falk. What's going on here? I'm not dizzy, am I? Is this person performing magic? Why is he disappeared, really disappeared? Shit. How could someone really have this magical ability? Damn it, really damn it. In an instant, these white pigs, everything is not calm anymore, looking at the scene in front of me in disbelief, sudden pupil contraction, my eyeballs are almost popping out. I see, in the picture, Chen Feng is quickly sweeping the fast food area. As he ran quickly, as long as it's something he touched with his hands, all disappeared without a trace. It can be described as scanning a row in 10 seconds. 1,000 miles without leaving a trace. And from now on, it's just the various beverage and canned food areas, 1 area per minute. This scene let these white pig police officers be completely confused. One expression after another, just like seeing a ghost. They have been police officers for so many years, I haven't even seen it before, such an outrageous thing. What's wrong with him? The police officers were just about to say something, Millie abruptly interrupted several people. Go. Zoom in on the screen and carefully investigate this person. Quick. Although, this scene also made her feel outrageous. But at least they have some big clues breaking through. But what's even more outrageous is that, in her mind, suddenly, an unrealistic idea popped up. That's it, if the man in front of me, I really have such a magical ability. So the disappearance of the 5 Great Lakes. Is it possible or not? Quickly. Report to the higher-ups. Copy this video and make more copies. Find out this person's identity information within an hour. Millie spoke rapidly and gave orders. Soon, the entire police station, except for those who have already been alerted, all the other active people were mobilized. Azu. Who is thinking of me? At this point, Dust Maple, who is currently being planted, sneezes in a row. After he shrank his neck, then he picked up the coffee candy on the nearby shelf and started chewing it. He finally understood, those police officers are stationed here, it's just pretending. Estimate, it may also be to prevent people from making $0 purchases, it's just a deterrent. Take action at night. Chen Feng silently noted the location of the last surveillance camera, following the flow of people, leaving the supermarket. Chapter 8. If you don't kill anyone, the one lying on the ground. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. At this moment, Chen Feng, I don't know yet, the video of my first 0 yuan purchase has already spread throughout the entire police community, causing a huge uproar. When those police officers, when I saw Chen Feng's ability, one by one, I can't believe my own eyes. In their view, what they have to face this time, not an ordinary criminal. And, Chen Feng's identity was also quickly discovered. Dragon people, in a seafood company in Eagle Sauce Country, work as a transportation driver. Missing recently. And after he went missing, there have been incidents of supermarkets being emptied. Immediately, the twisted police station, so he identified Chen Feng as an S.level fugitive wanted criminal. Nature, surprisingly, with Bin Laden. One level of the follower Al-Babero. And, in order not to startle the snake, the police started tracking overnight and kept this matter absolutely confidential. Approaching midnight, Dust Maple came to Walmart, which was planted during the day. As usual, outside the supermarket, there are many security guards patrolling at night. But for Chen Feng, there is still not much difficulty. Space moves. The next moment, the figure of Chen Feng arrived at Walmart's bathroom. As for why choose the bathroom? That's certainly because there's no surveillance in this place. Wow. Someone is releasing water. Just booked one stop, in front of Chen Feng's eyes, a white pig security personnel appeared. At this moment, that person had just finished pouring water, with a contented expression on his face, wearing a belt around his waist. Still holding a cigarette in his mouth. At the moment he saw Chen Feng, I was completely stunned, the cigarette in my mouth fell to the ground. Others are all foolish. Why is this sudden? Can someone still emerge out of thin air? Suddenly, he seems to have thought of something. Ward Falk. You. Bang. Before the words fall, Chen Feng immediately stepped forward, cover his mouth with your hand and push towards the wall behind him. Woo. The body of the white pig slammed fiercely into the wall. I want to struggle desperately, but he found that he couldn't even open the man's hand in front of him. Mouth, can only make a whimpering sound. His eyes were filled with fear. Death. The next moment, Chen Feng's eyes turned cold, and a dagger suddenly appeared in his hand. Pushi. Without hesitation, it pierced directly into the heart of the white pig in front of me. The sudden blow made the white pig's eyes widen. Puzzy. I haven't waited for him to react yet. Chen Feng's hands kept thrusting wildly towards the body of the white pig in front of him. 5 times. 10 times. 20 strokes. Until the guy in front of me, completely losing his breath, Chen Feng stopped his movements. In the air, suddenly filled with a strong and pungent smell of blood. And the white pig in front of me, even before death, he kept his eyes wide open. Belonging to his dying without closing one's eyes. On the body, countless fresh blood holes, at this moment, blood is oozing out and flowing all over the ground. Absorb. Brush. There was no fluctuation in Chen Feng's eyes, put the body away directly. Kill someone, for him who has experienced the kind of human purgatory in the apocalypse, it is no different from trampling on ants all the time. As long as it involves personal interests. Take action quickly. Be ruthless. If you don't kill someone, the one lying on the ground, absolutely you. Especially with compassion, not even more. Chen Feng gave a brief wash, change into new clothes in the space, leaving the bathroom. It seems these guys are scared. After going out, Chen Feng smiled slightly at the corner of his mouth. He found that, even at night, Walmart supermarket, a few lights are also on. And, basically, they are all places with surveillance. No need to guess, I also know those capitalists, afraid of going to their supermarket to sweep the goods. Especially for the owners of these large supermarkets, I'm afraid I can't sleep soundly, right? Immediately, after knocking down a few surveillance cameras, Chen Feng began to sweep the goods. Still as usual, cold fresh area, fast food area, liquor area, and aquatic area rice, millet, mung beans take all that can be packed. Great. At this moment, Chen Feng, I have already experienced the joy of brother and I. No cost, you can crazily purchase goods. It's so delicious. Just as Chen Feng walked to the corner, when preparing to march towards the second floor. Da. Suddenly, clear footsteps echoed nearby. The next moment, I saw two security guards, one black and one white. He was walking over with a flashlight in his hand, still cursing in his mouth. Ward Falk. That guy guys, why did he go to the restroom for so long? Go and take a look at him, don't let anything happen. Before the words fall, they saw that, a figure ahead is rushing towards them at lightning speed. Hey. Faxet. Stop me. Damn it. Otherwise, I'll shoot. Immediately, the two of them tightened their hearts, roaring loudly, among them, brother and I, immediately take out the gun in your hand and aim at Chen Feng. This is because of night patrols, the supermarket specially configured it. And the other one, then he took out the alarm directly from his waist. There's no way, Chen Feng's name is too well known, the supermarket owners have reached a cooperation agreement with the nearby police station. The next moment, the figure of Chen Feng, directly appeared in front of both of them. Bang! Before Ni Go starts firing bullets, Chen Feng reached out and grabbed the pistol. Apply a slight force, directly pinched the entire gun into scrap metal. Ah! Nige's hand, because it's still pulling the trigger, my fingers were suddenly pressed into an extremely eerie curve. Suddenly screamed in agony. Pushi. Next, Chen Feng's dagger went straight through Nige's throat. Ha. Nige's eyes were wide open, make an unpleasant sound in your mouth, crazy use your hands to cover your neck. But it's useless at all, blood spurts wildly outwards. Bang! Immediately, Chen Feng turned around, with a fist, slam it hard on the back of the white pig's head. The security personnel of the white pig rolled their eyes, I fainted directly. But at this point, his hands, the alarm has been pressed. Before the white pig is about to fall to the ground, Dust Maple's dagger, also inserted into his heart. All of this, it occurs between electric light and flint. 2 people died instantly. Chen Feng can't care too much anymore, hand over the bodies of the 2 individuals, run straight towards the second floor. There are still 5 minutes until the police arrive, he must speed up. Electrical appliances, household products, clothing all income. Woo. When there is still a small part left, the sound of sirens outside is loud. Da. Outside the supermarket, there were also hurried and chaotic footsteps ringing out. You came so fast. Chen Feng smiled slightly and continued to sweep the goods. Da. Soon, the sound of hurried footsteps, approaching the arrival building, Chen Feng will also absorb the last item. At this point, the vast second floor, still empty. Chapter 9. Chen Feng. Want to catch me? Practice a few hundred more. You are listening at novel full.audio. Quick, fast. Speed up. It's definitely him, the cunning dragon man. The goods on the first floor have already been emptied. We must not let that guy run away this time. Hurry up. This damn dragon man must be brought to justice. Step by step. Dozens of police officers, wearing bulletproof vests or holding explosion-proof shields. Mouth cursing. Holding a pistol, quickly charged towards the second floor. When they found out, when the second floor was also vacated, suddenly, I felt a bit dizzy. Good guy, this is really nothing left. The key is, the second floor is usually filled with large objects. Can all of this be stolen? This scene, intensely impacting their visual nerves. That's why, the entire second floor was empty, making Chen Feng exceptionally conspicuous. Raise your hand. Don't move. If you move again, we'll shoot. You're already surrounded. Immediately raise your hands, hug your head, and lie on the ground. If we don't raise our hands again, we'll be shooting. Immediately, these white pigs hunched over, set up the shooting position. Slowly move towards the direction of Chen Feng. Although they are numerous and powerful, but they are not facing ordinary people. Therefore, they are ready to empty the magazine at any time. However, they are very confident, this guy in front of me this time, under their trap, they must be unable to run away. As long as we don't let Chen Feng get close, let him have no room to unleash his abilities. Seeing the white pig police, with a nervous expression, Chen Feng smiled slightly at the corner of his mouth. Raise your hand on the spot, he pointed his middle finger at these police officers. A group of idiots. After all, international universal finger, very harmful, but also extremely insulting. Speaking, Chen Feng dodged directly and entered the small warehouse on the second floor. Ward Falk. Shoot. Shoot quickly. Bang bang bang. The police were furious in their hearts, immediately pouring bullets towards the direction of Chen Feng's escape. Hurry up. That's a dead end over there. He can't run anymore. Go. Dada soon, the police then gathered around the entrance of the small warehouse and shouted loudly. Hey, come out quickly, you can't run anymore. Raise your hands and come out, Dragon Man. If you don't come out again, we'll turn you into a sieve. Fake. Listening to the roar of the white pigs outside, Chen Feng leisurely lit a cigarette. My eyes narrowed slightly. For these white pig police officers, he believes it. After all, these arrogant stinky bitches from Eagle Sauce country. They all have serious racial discrimination. For people with yellow and black skin, they will all empty the magazine. Especially, in the apocalypse, this situation has reached its peak. However, so what's going on? You want to catch me? Practice for another 500 years. Space moves. As Chen Feng silently recited in his heart, his figure instantly disappeared into place. The next moment, in a flower bed somewhere. Chen Feng slowly walked out. I see, the supermarket ahead, it's already surrounded by police cars and can't be emptied. Some police officers, pulling the cordon. Also, running towards the upstairs. Woo 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 dot. The sound of the police siren was unusually piercing. There are still many police cars, roaring towards the location of the supermarket. If nothing unexpected happens, this time, I'm afraid we'll have to take the entire community, even the surrounding police have been deployed, right? Fool. Chen Feng gently raised the corner of his mouth and turned to disappear into the darkness. Fake. Break the door. Today one is going to catch this dragon man. Hold up the explosion-proof shield and be careful of the people inside for a surprise attack. Prepare at this point, outside the small warehouse on the second floor, white pig police, I have carefully raised the explosion-proof shield, prepare to break through the door. After all, they shouted here for a long time, there was no movement at all. They have run out of patience. Bang. The next moment, two burly police officers, let's apply force together. Kicked towards the warehouse door. Warehouse door, just sink in one piece directly. After kicking it open, the two of them dodged flexibly, explosion-proof shield lifted instantly. Shoot! Shoot! Bang bang bang! Everyone heard the command, crazy pouring bullets into it. In the air, filled with a pungent smell of gunpowder. When everyone clears the magazine, only then did I realize that although it's dark inside the warehouse. However, I don't even have a personal image. However, does this warehouse have no windows? Even if you want to escape, you can't escape, can you? Ward Falk. Where are people? Damn it. Where did the person go? Falk. Where did this damn dragon man escape to? The police are counting one by one, all covered up. But watching Chen Feng run in with my own eyes. But in the blink of an eye, why is the person missing? Even if they got it wrong, law enforcement equipment can't be mistaken, can it? Suddenly, one by one, their faces turned black like the bottom of a pot. The corners of my mouth couldn't help but twitch. It can be said that, explained what it means to return without success. How's it going inside? Did you catch anyone? Half an hour later, Millie rushed over in a hurry. When even facing, the police colleagues around inquired. To clarify, has Chen Feng been caught? She's about to step on the gas pedal and smoke. Bombed directly from Orange County. However, when she saw, everyone is bowing their heads one by one, silent, immediately in my heart, let's give it a click. No. That dragon man is even more difficult to deal with than we imagine. He really has superpowers. The police shook their heads and answered. This. As soon as these words are spoken, Millie was stunned in place. Good guy, under such a great deal of effort, surprisingly, I didn't even catch a personal image. Just as the police were still covered in circles, Chen Feng has already arrived at the second large supermarket. In 1 hour's time, then they plundered everything. Then comes the third one, because the police force is attracted by Walmart today, so much so that the supermarkets behind, Chen Feng is quite safe. After looting the fourth supermarket, he was about to head to the city of Tortoise. If there were guns today. Perhaps. Those white pigs are really going to become dead pigs. As Chen Feng drove, he thought to himself. It's time to loot the weapons store. Thinking of this, in Chen Feng's eyes, sparkling with a glimmer of anticipation. After all, which man don't like guns? As we were about to advance into the Manhattan district of Tortoise City, Chen Feng then put away the car. By the way, the bodies of the white pigs and Ni Gu who will be killed by him, take it out of the system space, pour iron buckets and cement, sink directly into the bottom of the river with a thud. After finishing these, he casually found a house, get ready to sleep. Chapter 10. A bounty of $1 million. Chen Feng is wanted. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Until the complete outbreak of the zombie virus, there are still 27 days left. Today's weather, obviously not very good, the sky is gloomy, it's raining non-stop. As noon approached, Chen Feng woke up slowly and leisurely. Even if his physical strength is strong, moving 4 large supermarkets in one night, still feeling a bit tired. After a simple wash of the face, Chen Feng took out his hot dog and indulged in it. Man is iron and rice is steel, but obviously, besides being able to swallow grilled chicken, steak, and hamburgers, Eagle Sauce Country, other foods, completely relying on defense. And the food of the Dragon Kingdom, it cannot be compared at all. After eating and drinking enough, Chen Feng took out his phone. Surprisingly discovered, the action of clearing the supermarket by oneself once again, it ignited the Eagle Sauce Country forum. However, compared to the previous time, my own identity, it has already been exposed. After all, the media of Eagle Sauce Country, but it's impenetrable. #supermarket thief. Move 4 supermarkets in a row overnight #a psychic. A shocking thief from the Dragon Kingdom ##video footage of law enforcement scene. How did the shocking thief escape? The New York State Police have issued a notice requesting all supermarkets to dispatch additional patrol personnel. Walmart CEO Liana has issued a statement that as long as Chen Feng is arrested and brought to justice, she will be rewarded with $1 million in gold and become a lifelong black gold user of Walmart as soon as these posts are published. Stir up thousands of waves in a moment. Oh, Maggot. This is not a joke, is it? Moving out 4 supermarkets in one night. A superpower. Is there really a superpower in this world? It's unbelievable. Damn it. This despicable dragon man is reckless on our land. What are my police doing? Are they playing with our taxpayers' money? Oh my goodness, superpower. I also want to become a superpower, it's really cool. The police have issued a notice, and now the entire Eagle Sauce country is looking for him. This guy is definitely dead. Damn the dragon man, he took our job and now he's still taking our food. It's an unforgivable sin. Oh my god. It's $1 million. As long as you catch Chen Feng, you'll become a millionaire. Mainly black gold users. You can get $150,000 worth of things in the mall every year without paying. How impressive. Online, various comments can be said to be endless. Some people are amazed that there are really superpowers in this world, disrupted their cognition. But many people, still cursing loudly. After all, in their view, so many police officers, unable to catch a dragon man, it's simply embarrassing to throw yourself at home. Especially for some taxpayers, the middle class, and the quasi-high-yielding class, it's even more intense. Why? Because most of them do business, and pay high taxes to Eagle Sauce country every year. And the appearance of Chen Feng put them in a stage of asset insecurity. Especially, if Chen Feng robs them all. They are very likely to go bankrupt directly, become a vagrant class. Who would be willing to do this? Hee hee. Is it really interesting? Offering me a reward. Chen Feng looked at the bounty, a smile curved from the corner of the mouth. Revenge without retribution is not a gentleman. Since Walter wants him wanted so much. So, he made a 0 yuan purchase afterwards. We need to focus on taking care of Walmart. If we don't bankrupt Walmart, he is not worthy of being a dragon man. Once again, in the apocalypse, Walmart, similarly to the government, a temporary shelter has been established. For the dragon people, it's also a harmful anomaly. Therefore, in terms of emotion and reason, Walmart has appeared in his bankruptcy list. Compared to others, the Eagle Sauce Country forum was filled with curses. The forums on Longwa Online have become much more harmonious. Feng, what a beautiful job. Damn it. Feng Gu, we support you, and will bankrupt these white pigs. Raise your eyebrows and exhale. Really raise your eyebrows and exhale. When you come back victorious, special skills won't run away from you. Starting from the 0 yuan purchase of Dust Maple, Dry Flip the US Emperor and Dry Flip the White Dang Dot. My enthusiastic horse, Lao Chen. Isn't that my colleague? I never expected it to be him. After he disappeared that day, I was still worried. I just hope Brother Chen won't be caught. We must ensure our own safety. Seeing these comments, Chen Feng also sighed to himself. Dragon people are like this, although there may be some minor conflicts among people, there's a little friction. But in this situation, all of them are consistent with the outside world. However, soon, the zombie virus, this thing, it will sweep across the world. Any country, any region, we can't escape the danger. After all, a person's ability, in the face of this uncontrollable natural disaster, still too powerless. What he can do, it's really too few. Thinking of this, Chen Feng immediately edited a post. Please make sure to purchase more supplies and stock up as much as possible before April arrives. After the end of March, never go out, remember. After editing, Chen Feng went directly to the website, the popularity of purchasing 200,000 Dragon National Coins. This is his years, basically all the savings. And what he can do, there's only so much left. I hope I can help some people. Chen Feng turned off his phone, take out a cigarette and light it silently. Chen Feng believes that, I am not at the mercy of the Virgin Mary's heart. It can only be said that, as a dragon man, everyone will have a strong sense of patriotism. Chen Feng is no exception. If you have the ability to do something, he doesn't mind doing anything either. Whenever there is an opportunity, he might try to repair this damaged world. After a moment of silence, woo-woo. Suddenly, outside the house, the sound of the car engine rang out. Chen Feng immediately became alert and stood by the window. Just outside the house, just stopped a red Mercedes-Benz car. The next moment, a plump figure, the plump and slender woman stepped down from the car. A head of jet black hair, plus a stepmother wrap skirt. Absolutely, belonging to the rare delicacy of eagle sauce in the country. Seeing the situation, Chen Feng went straight to the stairs on the first floor, hide it. Bada. The next moment, the door was opened. After a woman enters her own home, then he took off his sunglasses, start taking off your shoes, take off your clothes and prepare to change. Just walk to the staircase, it's already out of touch. Just as she was about to go upstairs, a dagger just hit her throat directly. Ah! Women are extremely frightened, the whole person immediately raised their hands and slowly stepped back. Visible to the naked eye, her pupils were trembling slightly. I was clearly frightened by the scene before me. Seeing the woman in front of me, Chen Feng furrowed his brow slightly. He always feels that, the woman in front of me, the more you look, the more familiar you feel. It seems like I've seen it somewhere before.